back with another episode, OC Chronicles. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time of day it is. OC Nixo. We got,
Trev.
you know what I'm saying? Now, today, we got two very special guests.
Special guest.
Definitely. We got Mr. Walter, Mr. Eddie. But just to start it off, what I want y'all to do is I just want y'all to tell the people a little bit of what y'all do. And, you know, just give us a little background. So you can start first.
All right, it's Walter Butler. I own a company called Freedom Choice Mortgage, right here out of Louisiana. We are a mortgage brokerage. So what we do is we make the loans for the houses. You can basically say we're a lender. So if you decide you want to buy your first house or investment property or refinance a house, we're the people you come to, and we get you approved and and loan you the money. That's it in a nutshell. As we go further, I'll explain different things that we offer to help assist you with that. But that's really the basics of what we do. Just to quote, we're not a real estate agent. We don't sell houses. Everybody thinks that we sell houses. That's not what we do. We loan the money for the houses. All right.
My name is Eddie Fontaine. I teach people how to trade stocks. I teach you how to open up a brokerage account, trade everyday stocks, things that we pretty much use every day. And just to be clear, it's not cryptocurrency, it's stocks.
Yeah.
So we definitely touch on stocks, and as we go further, I'll get into details on the things that I touch on, what I help you do in that process. Yeah.
So the first thing I really want to ask is, just to give a little bit of background, how did you get started into trading?
So I started roughly about 12 years ago, man. I was in education, trying to find my way. I did 17 years in the education system, roughly 18, really.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a way out. I saw it tumbling down, man.
So you was a teacher?
I started off as a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I started as a payroll. Then I went as a teacher, and I went on administration. So
okay.
In that process, I had already moved my way up the system. I did my undergrad at Southern. Finished my MBA at the University of Phoenix, and I saw the way the school system was going, knowing that it wasn't a fit for me,
mm-hmm.
right? And when I saw this, I realized that I see people around me that wasn't really making it through the duration of years. So people tell you that, hey man, look, when you get to retirement, I seen people falling off every year. They never reached the retirement. So I was looking for a way out. So I found a brother online. He was saying, man, you can make this amount of money in this amount of time. And so we was friends with somebody else, and I called her, and I was like, man, this real? She said, absolutely. And so I took the course. I failed at the course when I took it, right? Tremendously failed it. And it's that I just didn't understand it. I didn't take it serious. So I called him up, and I said, man, I want to take this course again. He said, well, just enroll. So I retook the course. This time I took it serious. And man, I had been doing it, and I had been practicing with it. And then one day that light bulb went off. So what I took the system and I dumbed it down. And I said, I need to teach this to people like myself.
Yeah.
I'm already an educator. I need to break this down to ABC format.
So you found your angle.
I found my angle. The light bulb went off. So I found the way I can make it where just people off the street know how to make money. Because one of the things that I wanted to stop people from doing, that you don't have to go get 2 jobs to survive. I don't work a job.
Yeah.
I don't work a job. And me and Walter work out every morning. And people say, man, what y'all do for a living? So I work for myself, right?
Right.
But to me, I wanted to find something that'll take me from the pressures of being required to be on a demanding job.
Yes.
Without a return, with a return for myself.
Definitely.
Because I see people, they was never able to get their return.
Gave.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, speaking to like a younger audience, like what would be like some of the fears you think like a younger man would fear about getting into this? What would be some of his drawbacks? Like what would cause him to pull back on this?
Not following the process.
Okay.
Taking very, very large risks with a small account.
Looking for like the big bang, like
gambling.
Because
people would say it's gambling, right? But what I would tell people is, I teach you how to read charts, I teach you how to read indicators, and I also make money with you.
So following the process.
Right? Most people. So I'm gonna show y'all this, right? One of the guys, he took me out for steaks like 2 weeks ago. One of my students, right? Mm-hmm. He was like, man, you deserve this. So we sat down, he said, bro, I'm gonna tell you every time I lose and when I go against what you do.
Mm.
He said, I lose every time I don't do what you put out there. When I go against the whole grain, he said, that's when I lose. That's my biggest loss.
So trust in the process.
Trust in the
Following
process,
that.
bro. Because I'm going to lead you down the road. Nah, it's like you could bring the horse to the well, but you can't make him drink the water. I'm going to lead you down to the well. Now it's up to you if you want to drink the water or not.
Facts.
All right. So, Mr. Walter, a little bit of background about yourself and what you do.
Well, I was in the car business for 22 years, automobile sales, whatever. Started out as a salesman, worked my way up, became a finance director.
Yes,
So
sir.
I was a finance director for a long time in the car business. And, as you do it for a long time, we made great money. I lived a great life. I have no complaints about the automobile business, period. But I had a younger kid that was really tall. He was 14. He was about 6'5", playing basketball at Newman. And, I wanted to be around to watch him play a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, guys, if you know anything about the car business, it's long hours.
I just know that Deuce McAllister didn't. Shout out to Deuce McAllister.
That's right. That's right. So you got long hours in the car business. You know what I'm saying?
But I digress. Continue.
That's all good. It's all good. So, like Eddie was saying, I was looking for a way out. I'm
Yeah.
like, how do I get out of the car business? And I'm, but I'm a type of guy. I want to find something that's similar to what I'm doing, because it's difficult to just jump in a whole new direction and not know, especially at my age. I'm like,
Yes,
well, I
sir.
can't do that. So as I started to do my research, I came across the mortgage business, and I'm like, okay, I sell cars. I finance cars, financing houses, very similar.
Yeah.
So once I started doing the homework and I saw the similarities and just how close it was, now I needed to find a way in. So, I know a lot of people, so I started networking, making phone calls, touched base with a guy in California, gave me the blueprint on how to get in. Like, listen, you'll take these tests, you do that, hook you up with so-and-so, and just start at the bottom.
Yeah.
Just like selling cars. So I started at the bottom, working for a guy right here on the West Bank, Max Mortgage, a guy named Charles Parham. Me and Charles played basketball in high school together. Just so happened he had his own brokerage. I said, man, will you take me in and show me the ropes? So he took me in, and I took to it like a fish to water. And, then I opened up my own brokerage and never looked back. But it's a great deal, man. And so part of one of the reasons why I wanted to do this and open up my own shop is to be able to talk to our people, all people
Definitely.
in general, but specifically our people,
Definitely.
especially the young people, and explain to them the value of home ownership. Because, I know a lot of young kids in their mid-20s paying $1,200, $1,500, $1,800 a month rent.
For sure. Definitely.
Like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
And when you stop and put the pen to paper, $1,500 a month rent is somewhere in the neighborhood of about almost $17,000 a year.
Yeah.
And free money.
Yeah, that you're giving somebody.
You've given away $17,000 every year.
For sure.
Imagine having that money building equity in your home. And let's do that for 10 years. Let's do that for 20 years. Let's start at 20, and when we're 40, we got a house paid for. Now we buy a second house. Now we wake up and we 50, and we got a house we living in, plus we got rental property. Life looks a whole lot different.
Yeah.
You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And this is the advantage that other races have had on us over the years, because we've been taught a certain mentality of get a job, get a job, get a job.
No, for sure.
Go get a car note so you can look fly. They've taught us everything but how to not how not to make money, because we figured out how to make money. They haven't taught us how to save money.
Yeah.
They haven't made saving money and investing money a priority.
Yeah.
They teach you how to spend money. Go get your Hellcat, get your SRT, not to talk about your shoes, but go get the Polars and stuff. We know that part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the same money you're going to spend on, whatever this new jacket or shoes that came out, you could have invested in a trade with Eddie and took that $500 and turned it into $2,500.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You could have took your tax return. Man, how many young women y'all know every year get $6,000, $7,000 in tax returns, and they blow them every year on hoopty cars? They used to come to me and buy. I'd be like, "Girl, I just saw you here last year. You bought another car." So you over 4 years, you 30 grand deep in cars, because they break every year.
Yeah.
You could have took that same money when bought your house. Took that same money when bought your double. Could take that same money when bought your duplex. So that's one of my passions for this job, is to try to educate the young people and let them know we got to make better decisions,
Mhm.
and we got to. And I don't want to use the word struggle because nobody really wants to struggle, but we have to sacrifice early so that we can gain later. You see what I'm saying? We have to have more later, so we have to give up some stuff now. So I may have to wear a regular pair of sneakers now so that I can put on some Ferragamos when I'm 50. And the young kids will be like, what's Ferragamos? They'll be like, you know what I'm saying? They cost more than all them Jordans you got in your closet. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's the difference, man. So, and it's been a good ride. The kids I deal with, you can go to my page and you'll just see all the reviews and just the people being thankful. Young ladies like Mr. Walter, and they always Mr. Walter. Mr. Walter, I never dreamt that I could buy a house. My parents never owned a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One little girl, she works for NOPD. She's probably 26, 27 years old. Her parents never owned a house. She's a homeowner, single mother with a kid. Never thought she could do it. It's not hard. You just got to have discipline. You got to have somebody to show you the way. And like Eddie was saying, you got to be willing to listen and follow the process. So, just sorry for getting a little rowdy.
No, we
when
need
I start thinking about it,
No, we need it for sure.
So I want to piggyback on what he said because I think it's important that we understand that how the patients kick in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Walter is a student of mine in my class.
That's right.
So I'm gonna tell you how we linked up because we run together every day. We pretty much jam, right?
Yes, sir.
So Walter was trying to get out the car business,
Mm-hmm.
and he posted on Facebook.
I did.
And said, somebody tell me how I can make a certain dollar amount in so much time. And I went to his DM and I said, come to this page and I'll show you.
Yeah. I think I might have posted name something you could do to make $100,000.
Absolutely.
That was the post. Name when I was selling drugs. Name something. Yeah, because everybody sell drugs.
Right.
Name something. What's funny about that is if you actually knew a drug dealer, I knew a bunch of them. A lot of them didn't make $100,000. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. Them kids thought they was balling with $5,000. And they walking around here like Nino Brown taking penitentiary chances for $5. But anyway, that's a whole other story.
But anyway, when they make $100,000, if they made
They
it,
just buy
they pay back the fee.
everything else.
Facts.
Yeah.
So when I made that post about, because I wanted to hear people's opinion, like, hey, show me a way that you can make $100,000 legally. And so people started putting different things or whatever. And then he DM'd me and was like, hey, I never even thought about trading.
I hit him up.
Didn't even cross my mind.
He knew nothing about stocks, right?
Didn't even cross my mind.
We just started talking. He took the class, and we went on and did his thing, and we kind of separated for a little while. Right?
Yeah.
And so every now and then we just kind of text and talk, and we stood and then, we was having conversations. He's like, man, look, you work out every day, right? I envy what you do. But I want to do this, right?
That's right.
So I had to show him the money is real.
Yeah.
So we work out and make money together.
Proof in the pudding.
Oh, the proof in the pudding.
Right.
The proof in the pudding. If you came across mine, the proof in the pudding. One of the things me and Walter talk about is to just be patient.
Yeah.
That's what life is about, being patient.
Definitely.
Right? So if you don't have patience, this ain't gonna work for you. Because in anything you do, life gonna give obstacles to you. And it's gonna either make you stand there and deal with it, or it's gonna make you jump.
That's right.
That's just what life is. So the same thing about anything else we do, even with his process.
Yeah.
The process is patience. But if you got patience, everything else gonna always fall in your lap. Right.
That's a fact.
And so even with when we talking to this group of era kids, they gotta be patient. Because what I learned about certain people, they want it now. Right? And it just don't come now like that.
Instant gratification.
I call it the want it now kids.
Yeah.
It don't come like that. And
it's entitlement.
Actually. So what I like to say is that, when you want it now, it ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
But if you go through something to get it, and there's a process,
Always.
at the end of that tunnel, there's gonna be a light gonna go off.
Feel better when you earn it that way too.
Absolutely,
Right?
man.
There's something about that type of gratification, like following the process, being diligent, and getting to the end of something. And like, I did all of this to get this. No matter what the dollar amount is, like, if you did all of this and still came out on top, there's something about that type of gratification. Like, I completed something. And like that shit, that usually goes off in somebody's head. Like, well, shit, I need to do this same thing again, and maybe I can finish this process and have the same type of luck. But most people don't have the same type of patience. to kind of go through that.
So, but this is where we fall short at, right?
Right.
Because when we go, this is like Walter would say, right? The same girl come in the same dealership and did the same thing every year, right? So that's insanity to me, right? It's like you keep doing the same thing and you expecting a different result. I'm gonna keep going to Walter and give him my income tax check and they think next year, they think this car gonna go past next year.
Right.
It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you keep doing the same thing over and over. And you got to change the thing up of how you deal with life.
Right.
Even with things in your life, right? It's like me having a conversation with somebody who had, you keep having these different guys and you can't keep a man. Sometimes you got to look in the mirror and you got to say, I got to check myself first. Because if I don't check me first, then I can't blame them people.
Right.
Because I got to do a self-evaluation first. But until I evaluate myself and check myself, then I can't put the blame on nobody else but myself. Because I could go through 100 people and they're going to all say the same thing about me. Well, how you get through 5 and you haven't did a self-check yet? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
How you keep coming back to Walter, giving him that same check, and he just said, baby, you could have bought a house by now.
Right.
So imagine you came back 5 times and every 5 times you had $7,000. So every year you buying another car?
That hurt.
You understand?
So you look back at that hurt.
So but I put it out there like that so people could understand that when you look at the reality of it, this is the way the reality unfolds.
Right.
So now you got to do a self-evaluation. Something must be wrong with me because I should have bought a house. I could have bought a house with this.
Why not? Yeah.
And then I could have took the money out the house and bought me a new car. Because if you go buy a house, they're going to automatically give you a loan for a new car.
Yeah.
Because your credit good. So it's easy to get a car because it's easy for them to give you debt.
Like, they'll give you that in a heartbeat.
They'll give you debt. So part of that, in my thing is, I'll tell you this, right?
You get $100,000 in student loan. They'll give you debt.
Nah.
I knew
For sure.
I did all my work in the school system as an educator. I never knew anything about the stock market, right? Never knew anything about it. Said, bro, you can't take my channel off CNBC. I'm giving you a real spill.
Real talk.
I'm giving you real spill. I can fall asleep on the sofa, but my channel gonna be on CNBC. Because that's what I know. I don't watch local
Wait,
news.
not BET?
No. Well, I don't care about no BET.
Not First Take?
I'm not at all.
No Judge Judy?
No Judge Judy. CNBC.
None of that?
If you ask my
Y'all spend
household,
facts.
they'll tell you I'm looking where the money going. Now, Walter called me.
I hope y'all listening.
Hey, bro,
Look,
listen,
bro, I'm giving you some real spill, bro.
We ain't
Walter
cracked it
called
open yet.
I'm telling you, I ain't crack. I'm giving you
We
the real.
ain't
We're gonna
cracked
give
it
you the
open
real
yet.
spill in a minute, right? Walter called me out there. I was asleep. He said, man, what you doing? I said, I was laying down asleep. And we just started talking about money.
Yeah.
That wasn't always a comfortable
woke
conversation
up.
for me. I woke up. But you woke me, I'm waking up to the
I called him by the stock. I said, boy, that Netflix running. But he up now. He won't now I can't get him to shut up. He giving the whole plate.
Yeah.
It's
You know what I'm
different when the
saying?
money calling.
Absolutely.
But let me tell you something, though, just kind of to back off what he was saying here. I'm 52, man. I make 53 in April. So I lived a pretty good life. Hope to be here a lot longer.
Yes, sir.
And it's crazy, man. I want to tell y'all this while y'all young. As I grew up, it was, go to college and get a job, go to college, get a job. Nothing, I love my mother to death. She was doing what she was supposed to do. But as I got older, man, and I started realizing the brainwashing that was being fed to us. You see what I'm saying? Man, this whole thing is a racket. Just go get a job and stuff. Now, this shit is a racket, bro. America is built for the small business owner.
Yeah.
That's who get it popping. And so now that I'm older, and when I left a 6-figure job, scared me to death. I was scared. I was like, what am I gonna do? I got a wife, I got 3 kids at home, I got a big ass house. I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? But I knew in my heart, God had told me it was time. So I left. You know what I'm saying? He'll tell you, man, I was petrified, but I made it work. You know what I'm saying? And so now, every morning we wake up, we go to the gym. Boom. I work out, get home, take a shower, eat breakfast. Well, I don't start thinking about work till 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? This daily, and I work from the house. I never, ever imagined that was a life I could live. My wife still don't believe it. She'd be like, what you was doing all day? Like she's still trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But
We laugh at this.
the money still be coming.
Check my phone, see about what I got going.
I'm just saying the money. So as y'all young kids, man, outside of just buying a house, man, I want y'all to really look at. I had to refocus the conversation I had with my kids because I was like that. I was just doing what I knew. Hey, girl, tell my daughter go to school, get a job. Go to school, get a job. Now I'm like, hey, you know what? You ain't got no kids right now. Don't worry about a job. You got me. Don't worry about a job.
Yeah.
Go try something. Go open something up. Go do a business. Go take a chance. Go take a chance on something. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's all part of the thing with the mortgage brokers, man, is just educating the people. Anybody that's young, thinking about buying a house, first time home buyer, I'll give y'all 3 things that even for y'all, man, write these down, put them in your head, put them in your phone. This shit is like the basics, man. Number one, work on your credit. Credit is worth more than hard money. I don't care if you got $100,000 stacked away in a basement. Who cares? Get that credit. You want that 700, 800 credit score. Work on that credit. Well, whoa, how do I get the good credit? I'm young. They don't give me no credit. Get credit cards.
Yeah.
Keep the balance low.
Yeah.
Pay the bill every month. Don't pay the card off. Boom. So first thing we'll do is get credit. Number two, you want to keep low debt to income. Don't make all them bills. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, you just told me to get credit cards. I did. But what I told you, just put a little bit on the card, pay the bill every month. If they give you a $500 card, don't go run the Guitar Center and spend the whole $500. You feel me? It's been there, huh? I need a headphone. I need a new mic. No, man. No, get your little pair. Go get your a $20 T-shirt. Bill gonna be $5 a month. Just pay it. The bureau not only looks at how well you pay your bills. The bureau looks at how much discipline you have with the credit I've given you.
Yeah.
So if I gave you a $500 credit limit, let me check his discipline out. Is he gonna blow the whole $500? As soon as you blow the $500, the credit bureau go, but I'm paying on time every month. I don't care. You ain't disciplined.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to learn that. Being in the companies, I sat and I watched, excuse my language, I watched white people's credit. I watched them. When I saw a white person with 850 credit, I looked at their bureau up and down. Deal's over with. I'm still studying the bureau. Like, what the hell? What they did? Then it hit me. I'm like, oh, they got a whole bunch of credit cards with low balances. That's what y'all doing? Bet. Gotcha. So that's what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? So get our credit right, keep low debt to income, and have a cash reserve. Start saving up money any way you can. Cut whatever you can cut. If it means cutting cable out, cut it out. If it means buying a different Jordan from this Jordan, do it. If you can save $20, just keep saving. Because at the end of the day, once you start to build this money up, income tax, don't even touch it. If you ain't had it all year, why you worried about it now?
Yeah.
When it come, stick it in the bank, push it to the side. And before you know it, in 5 years, you'll look up and you got 20 racks in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Then you partner that with the first-time home buyer programs, seller concessions, different things with buying a house. And you can walk into a nice house, with the bread that you have. And your friends will be like, well, how you did that? You know what I'm saying? So just those three things there, man. Credit, low debt, and some money. You do those three things there, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I heard it.
Y'all
wrote it down.
Write it down. I'm telling you, that is the game. And I don't want to say these people. I don't want to be that type of person, but this is the advantage that other races have had on us for a long time. Financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? Financial literacy. I'm telling you, man, we've been brainwashed to the nth degree. Work. Put your money in a 401k. It's all we know. It's all your parents probably know. 401k. Yeah. Eddie, what is the money in a 401k and what do they do with it? Listen to this, bro. Listen to this, bro. What do they do with the 401k money, Eddie?
Man, if you die, you ain't gonna get it back. I tell you that.
What the people doing with your 401k money?
They
every
trade
day?
your money.
Take a shot at
They
that.
trade your money. So the same thing. So what I do is I eliminate.
Time out.
So if
Yes.
you not
So
trading
you-
the money,
so
they're
you-
not trading
So
for
if
you.
you put your
Yeah.
money to a 401k and you thinking you doing something good, meanwhile
They trading your money. They doing the
they
same thing.
doing the shit that they not telling you, but they doing it with your bread.
So
That's exactly what they're
exactly
doing.
what
They're
doing,
making a
right?
profit.
They're making a profit. So here's what they do, right?
It's crazy.
So there's some real spill, right?
It's life.
This life, bro.
It's life.
They take your money and trade your money, and then if you go and say, "Hey, I want to pull my 401k down because I want to buy a house," know what they're gonna say?
Penalize you.
They're gonna penalize you.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
But guess what? You can pay me a fee, and I can teach you how to trade your own 401k
yeah.
because I've done that already. I've got a guy who traded his 401k. Hey, he got 7 figures in his 401k right now.
Yep.
That's real spill.
Yep.
That's real spill.
That's what they're doing with your money. I didn't know that till he told me that.
That's what they're doing with your money. They trade your money. That's how they flip it.
So if you don't trade it,
Yeah.
they're gonna trade it.
Well, you're not gonna trade it. You just put it in there.
Yeah.
And it's just building up. So
But that's how they build it up, though.
Yeah.
They traded to build it up.
That's how they build it up. You look at your statement once every quarter and be like, "Ooh, it gained $700."
But because they traded,
Because they've been trading it.
Absolutely. So check this out, right? But let me give you the real thing.
Oh,
You see,
man.
if the market has a dumping ground,
Right.
say it again, son.
401k going down.
There you
Yeah.
go. So that's what happens. So you lose.
Because you ain't got no control over it.
You ain't got no control over it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pay you to
Damn.
lose my money.
Ooh. when you could have saw it coming.
I could have got out.
And
I'm
got
gonna
out.
pay you. Listen to what I just said. I'm gonna pay you because you still gonna get a percentage of me losing my money
Oh, but
that I had in there for 15 years.
Yeah.
So I'm a roll of dice and say, oh yeah, man, go to the crap table and put this on. Go to the crap and just put it on 8. That what you just said? That what you just said?
No,
Go put this on 8.
No. After being working for 50 years.
There you go.
Yeah.
So here's the reality, right? I had an auntie worked for AT&T.
Wow.
AT&T crashed. She lost all her money during that time. There was another, what there was Bell South, I think.
Yeah, it took over. Yeah.
People, it happens all the time.
Yeah, with Enron. Yeah, with Enron.
So but we don't know this. You know why? We never knew anything about the stock market,
Nope.
right? They don't teach you financial literacy in high school. So think about it. The banks make, I'm about to give you some real spill. The banks make $15 million a year off of NSF fees.
Non-sufficient.
So they don't care if you overdraft your account.
Go ahead.
Because they're going to charge you anyway, right?
Right.
That's what they're going to do. We making 15. So that's just off of NSF fee. We gonna get that back.
How you gonna charge me? I showed you I ain't got the money.
Because half the people in America.
You gonna hit me for $30 on the back end.
But think about it. Half the people in America live from paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you take a teller, watch this. You take a teller who worked for the bank. And I learned this by watching Wells Fargo be criminalized for the criminal activity they was doing. And they tell him.
You talking about opening the accounts?
The teller who you going to say, yeah, I want to get some money out of my account.
Yeah.
Let's say she make $15 an hour. Right? We're going to do the math together. I'm going to do the math because I'm going to tell you got to make it make sense. Because she ain't getting no more than $15 an hour, right? $15 an hour. She working 40-hour weeks. So we do 15 times 40. That's $600. If you do it times 2, that's $1,200, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for the month, she's making $2,400, right? So we're going to put the $2,400 up there. Now, let's do her bills.
Mm-hmm.
And she got a kid in a car note, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the average rent, fellas, for a 1-bedroom?
I mean,
That's it.
right now, like $950.
Let's make it $1,000, right?
Easy number.
Minus $1,000, right? She down to $1,400.
Damn.
Her car note, $500.
Oh.
Minus $500. Hold on.
That's for $100.
Yeah, car note $500. I ain't count the insurance.
Mm-hmm.
That's minus probably $200. So we down to $700. What about her daycare for her kid?
Yeah, and daycare is $150.
Go ahead, $150 a week, right?
Bro.
So
That's $600.
Minus $600.
You got one
That's
child.
Now you down to $100. You ain't put gas in your car. Hold on, you ain't put gas in your car. Food on the table. You ain't paying no life insurance. Come on, man.
For them $40.
Where your lunch at? Where your lunch at for
$40
work?
looks sweet quick, boy.
I'm giving you real spill.
Real talk, dog.
So you know to tell her if she counts somebody else's money, she's struggling too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you real spill. The teller struggling too, unless she's staying with her mama.
Yeah.
How many of us can stay with our mama until we almost 30?
That's dead. Yeah.
Say it one more time.
Not a man.
Absolutely. So, because what we normally do is when the kids make 18, we push them out, right?
Yeah.
We push them out.
Yeah.
But we push them into life. They're not even ready for life.
For sure.
They haven't even had the proper training on financial literacy. Again, Walter said it best, right? They tell you to go to school. They don't even ask you what you're going to study. Man, go to college.
So
guess what? You can go get a trade.
Just to add to that, at 18 years old, and I told you I graduated from Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
So I went from Higgins to Xavier, not on scholarship, paying $25,000 a year, and I didn't even know how to study.
See what I'm saying?
I didn't learn how to study.
Wait, where you got the 25 from? You just had it, or you took a student loan out?
No, I was getting NAACP loan, the grants.
So you had loans and grants.
Yeah, it was $25,000 a year, and I didn't even know how to study.
How about this, bro? That's more than half of us that do that. They go create.
And that was
debt.
at 18. I'm 30.
That's more than half of us that go to college, and in the first semester they flunk out.
Yeah.
Because you wasn't ready.
Not only that, you wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
But they'll never say, man, why don't you just go get your job, get your money, or get your money up and then tell us what your plan is, what you go get you a trade.
Figure out who you is first as a person.
But so let me just say this here. Let's just go with what he said though, right? So you're not prepared. So part of what we do, and again, I'm gonna bring it to the young people, X all that out.
Yeah.
X it all out. What do you need to go do anything for? How about that? You know what I'm saying? How about you take this money? All right, so let's say you work. This $2,400 that you got, right? And you living with your parents. Your parents let you stay there for a couple of years. Come out of high school, 18. They let you roll about 20, 21. 21, they start looking at you funny like, hey,
you get on my damn
yeah,
nerves.
it's been 3 years, you keep eating all the cereal. So you know you got about 3 years, right? So, but you're making $2,400 a month.
Yeah.
So out of that $2,400, what if you just took $1,000 a month and really focused on stock trading with Eddie? You could turn that 1,000 in 1 month into whatever you want to turn it into, 5,000. Let's say you turn it into 5,000. So you could literally make $5,000 a month staying at home with your mother.
Yeah.
So now here we go as a year, you'd have made 60 racks. Now I got 60 racks, start your own business, whatever the case may be. Now you can set yourself, not 3 years, you're up to 180,000.
Yeah.
Now we start talking about buying a house, doing different, we got to change the narrative of we have to go work for somebody.
So I have kind of a basic question. I know Trev probably has a question probably around the same as me, but what are the advantages and disadvantages of being a day trader?
Well, okay. So
as opposed to what then? That's a question.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to what?
As opposed to working a 9 to 5.
Oh, that's easy.
We work out every day. We eat breakfast on Thursdays.
Hold on. Hey, so listen, I told you Walter started working out with me, so we work out together, right? We work out 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Every Thursday, we go have a big phenomenal breakfast, right? So I'm gonna tell you about one of Walter weeks, right? So this was like his first, second week in it, and this was his word. Shit, I made 6,000 in 1 week.
And I'm eating breakfast.
And
we just finished swimming.
He said, "Oh, I love this.
Yeah,
I love that I could work out and make money. Guess what? From this $1,000 device that I pay for every month.
Yeah.
We do this from our phone.
Beginning of the year is kind of light for us, so I'm really just getting back in. Like I didn't trade a whole lot in December.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's more experienced than I am, so he'll keep going. But December I back off. I'm like, it's too risky for me. So January I started getting back into it. So the previous week, I don't know, it was like 1,200.
That's 2 weeks.
Yeah. So this week here, this is a $4,000 week, and I was like, damn,
that's in one play.
Did I catch the right play?
That's different right there.
So when you asked me about the advantages, right? That's an 11 grand week and a half week.
Wait.
Yeah.
And that's 11 grand week and a half. But so that's 11 grand week on one play.
I'm telling you,
but I didn't have, and I'm being honest, I'm gonna give you the disadvantage as well. I've had 20 grand weeks, and I've had a negative 10 grand weeks because of my aggressive. I'm aggressive.
Yeah, let's say he know more than
I'm super aggressive, right? I be going for the bag. When I say I be going for the bag, I'm gonna tell you to sell. Walter tell you in a minute. Oh, I'm selling.
Oh, I take my money in the hospital.
He'll call me and say you sold.
What?
Look, he'll call me in a minute and say you sold. I say no, I'm holding.
He in some plays right now, and I was like, shit. I saw them $2 grand on the table. I was like, yeah, let me get me. See, again, you got different type of traders. But my point is, I see people be like, oh man, y'all could do this and that, bro. That's America.
Yeah.
Don King said it best. Only in America. That's for everybody. They just never let us know it could happen like that. And so you look at it, cats old, that's why they doing it. Man, join some of these Facebook groups, some of these blog posts that deal with trading. Yeah. Man, they got Asian and white kids in there in their 20s, making 20, 30 grand a day.
So listen, right?
Crazy.
When I first got in it, I used to be on a group like that. And I just said, man, they're getting that bag.
They getting to it.
They're getting that bag. Like, they getting that real bag. I'm sitting there like, something wrong with me.
20, 30 grand is a bag.
In a day, son.
But I'm saying they're getting this in a weekly basis, right? I'm getting this in a weekly basis. So I'm trying to tell you that they're getting this on a regular, right? So I'm telling you that to say, you're going to have a look at it yourself. I want you to pass it to my man over there. That's just a week and a half.
Looking crazy over there.
In one play. So what I'm saying? So when you look at stuff like this, you got to understand that I'm doing this from my cell phone, working out, and the people saying, man, what y'all do for a living? Right?
Same thing people play Candy Crush on.
Real talk.
But listen to this though, bro. Guess who's not the dominant in this world in trading stocks? Us. Blacks. We not the dominant. You know why? Because we don't know.
Yeah.
In a minute somebody, we so brainwashed at times, the minute somebody say, man, you can invest in yourself. This is investing in yourself. Cause I see dudes come, they have these big old chains on, and they have these shoes, and I be like,
you
bro,
know how much AMD you could have bought? You know how much
Yes,
AMD
sir.
you know how much Apple you could have bought? You know how much
Yes, sir.
AMD you could have bought? You know how
Right.
much Google you could have bought?
Right.
You know how much Amazon? Say, bro, I get Amazon come
Real
to my
talk.
house every day. Amazon come
You
to my
ain't
house
bought a
every
Jordan
day.
stock yet and got number Jordan in the closet.
Ain't
Ain't bought a
that
Jordan
right.
stock yet.
Turn the camera off, man.
I'm just being real with you. That's gonna make you think though. You
No,
gonna buy that
but
Jordan stock
I
though.
love it because it's like if we brought everybody into the room, like you said, majority of us gonna have Jordans on,
And
Nikes
nobody
on.
on part of the
Not
stock.
one of us on
That
the
crazy?
side know how much it is, or even invest it, or know how to invest it.
Say, bro, I tell people this all the time, right? How many of y'all got Apple devices, right?
all of us.
How about this?
Look at all
I'm
those
about to
MacBooks
break
and
I'm about to
stuff.
break the game down to you, right? How Apple roll, right? Because he was an Apple holder too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Android. But let me tell you how Apple roll. Now I didn't know this about Apple. I had to learn it. My daughter, the only person in my house, got an Apple phone. So one day she drops the phone in the water.
Yeah.
She just get the phone. I said, well, I ain't going to buy no another phone. You going to deal with that wet phone. So my son come and say, well, Dad, you pay for Apple Care. I said, no, I don't. He said, yes, you do. So in one household, if it's just a household, mom, dad, daughter, son, right? If everybody got Apple phones, you pay the lease on the phone, right? You pay for Apple Care.
Mhm.
That's 2 forms of payment. I'm giving you the payment plan. You pay for the insurance. That's 3. You got earbuds. Everybody got earbuds, right? And then you probably pay for Apple TV.
iTunes.
So that's 6 times 4. That's
iTunes.
24 payments in one household.
Got the music for sure.
But I'm about to break it down. Apple, the richest company out there. They're worth $2.4 trillion. I can show you that. Because
Think about that, bro.
I tell hole in their ass every year. And I don't even have an Apple device. Excuse my French. But that's how much they get. And they ain't talking about the other device. If you got an Apple computer, that's another one. Mostly every household got an Apple tablet. Because the tablet is where everybody go
That's
at,
what
right?
everybody go for.
You got Apple.
So think about it. Got the watch.
You got the watch.
You got the watch.
So right now we at about almost 36 payments in one household.
All going down.
I'm about to give you some new game. Guess what Apple coming out with this year at the end of this year? An Apple Car.
Car?
An Apple Car.
To
I'm going to
drive-
show it to you in
to
a few
drive.
minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to show it to you. You know why I know that? Because I watch what? CNBC.
My
See
man
what I'm
be
saying?
on over there.
What platforms y'all use to trade?
That's what that was.
So
Come on.
I teach you on either TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab. I typically do you on TD Ameritrade, right? And what I do is I break all this down. I show you how to use it. I show you the shortcut app. And then you never lose me. I'm with you every day.
Yeah.
So I have a group that I have. When we text in the group, I throw the leads out there every day.
Yeah.
I throw leads out there. I throw, I even give the plays out.
Mhm.
I'll give you at least 3-4 plays a week.
You'll get a couple plays during the class that you
To
got
get your money
opportunity to
back.
get
How
your
about
money
that? That's how I hit it. I
I
let you
made
get
my
your
money
money
for the
back.
class before the class was over.
Boom. Boy, ain't that something?
No.
That's like you took the class for what?
For free.
Ooh.
I had to make my money back.
Ooh.
For the free stuff.
Nah.
And I'm gonna tell
No.
you, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first took his class, so like, I'm pretty smart, so I caught on real quick. Went through everything.
Oh, he's real smart, man.
I got to it. I'm like, ooh. So I was calling him. He's like, bro, you really on this thing? You asking me questions, So I'm watching it, right? But then sometimes being smart can get you in trouble.
Yeah.
So I stepped outside of my lane and I'm trying to move without him. So I'm over here buying this, I'm buying that. I'm whoop-de-wham, bam, bam, bam. Then the bitches started going under. I'm losing. Because guess what I was doing? I was gambling.
Yeah.
So I had to go back, humble. Hey, bro, let me just listen back in on a couple classes, refresh myself. And so what he taught me how to do was to, every trader gonna trade different. Like he said, he aggressive. I'm more, more subdued. So every trader gotta have their own.
You don't like that C word, huh?
What's that?
Conservative.
Yeah, I'm just more conservative, you know what I'm saying? Because I let them hang when it's time, but like, I'm gonna jump out quick too, you know what I'm saying? So, but you got to have you some guidelines in place on how you gonna trade.
Absolutely.
So you got to just know, and then know what your risk is. And I think one of the biggest things is, even when it comes to buying houses or trading stocks, especially for young people, is, how much money do I need?
Yeah.
Because you always think that I don't have enough money to do this,
No.
and it don't. No, 500. That's it. I mean, I don't care what you got.
We could do this. We could do this for another 2 hours.
Say, bro, but listen to this though, right? This has been a life changing.
We'll come back again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
We ain't
we
tripping.
we have to.
But I want to share this
I
with y'all.
need y'all to come back. fuck that. I need y'all to come back.
Say, bro, listen to this though, right, bro? This has been life changing for me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm being real spill with you, bro. This has been life changing for me. I haven't worked in 5 or 6 years, bro.
Y'all heard that?
I haven't worked in 5 or 6 years,
He
bro.
said it again.
Well,
So,
fix that, man. Don't say you hadn't worked.
well, let me say this.
Yeah, fix that.
I didn't
fix that
I
because you
work
work every day.
I work every day.
You work every day.
But I didn't need a job to pay my
You
bill.
don't work for someone.
I didn't
Yeah.
work for someone.
Yeah.
And what I tell people is I ain't telling you to quit your job. I'm just saying that you don't have to take that job and you have to struggle every day when you can invest in yourself.
Make that your end
and you can do this while you at your job.
Treat it anyway and all that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, the companies don't value people, bro. They will replace you in a minute.
You're
right?
extendable.
Absolutely.
So this is what I want you to do, bro. So last week I posted, I said, Coach on Fire, read what she's wrote in there, bro.
I'm gonna start from right here.
Right there. Tell me what she said.
No lie. I've been sitting in the background reading, watching Eddie. You've been on fire. Says I'm gonna start it off. Apple 135C, 120. Netflix 300 to 305. Says thank me later. I'm taking y'all up on them steak dinners this year. Started off with these two. Yeah.
All of them was bangers. Every last one of them.
I'm reading them.
To the moon.
It's
To the
up
moon.
there.
It's every day.
So I'm giving you, it's like I give you free game every day. And this is my group, right?
Yeah.
So every day I'm giving you leads to what the market is giving me, right?
There's gems.
I'm giving them to you, right? I'm helping you build a portfolio. I'm giving you all the plays I hadn't called out, right? All the plays.
All you gotta,
I can't do no more but go press the button for you.
All you gotta do is just
You just gotta show
follow.
up.
Yeah.
I want us to get the bag.
Right.
Like you stop loss and get out
So you know you been on that Wall Street trap, huh?
a little bit.
Yeah.
You been on that Wall
You
Street
know, so
trap, huh?
every day I show up. There ain't got no days I don't show up.
Right.
I show up every morning just like you.
But what you just said though, so again, that just depends on what type of
That's
trader
fine.
you decide you
I'm
won't be.
conservative like you.
You see what I'm saying?
But that's the best way to be, right?
Watch
But-
that stop loss though. You'll get jacked up.
Yeah, watch the stop loss, right? So let me tell you something about the stop loss.
Yeah, watch
right?
this.
Because what happens is, if you're getting that stop loss, and you say you put it in for 30%, if it pull back 30%, guess what the stop loss is going to do? It's going to take you out.
You lost it. You know, not lost, but you lost your game.
Yeah.
Whatever 30%, you
So
done lost.
stocks are like slingshots, right? So gonna do this. What you do with a bow and arrow?
Pull it back.
And when you let it go, what it do? There you go, right? So I teach you that, right? I teach all that. But hey, bro, ain't no more I could do for a person, but to go and press the button for you. I mean, I pretty much simplify it for you. And some people, like Walter, we'll be sitting there working out. He say, "Hey, bro, that Netflix about to take off." He'll tell me.
Yeah.
But I really think our community need like simplification like that because it's usually the fear of not knowing, like, you know, this area, this field. Like
Right.
our people fear
The unknown.
handling our money the right way.
Yeah.
Like we so used to just going to give out money to somebody else for something that we want. Versus,
But this is so you got to realize, man. This and y'all kind of young. Maybe y'all don't really get into this type of stuff. But this is old slave DNA mentality that just keep getting passed down. You know what I'm saying? Not to blame our parents or their parents. They just didn't know. So they keep repeating the same stuff to us, and it's just ingrained in us. It's just ingrained that, you know, man, you gotta give your money to the white man so he can handle it at the bank.
Oh,
Like
real
that
shit.
ain't why. They
Real
not
shit.
giving their money to him. They doing other. Man, look.
We don't have a way to take a black dollar and give it to other black businesses.
But here's the deal, though, right? So I want to correct that. Like, there ain't no black dollars. That dollar's only green. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mindset we got to get out of. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen. You watch the Asians, bro. They ain't out here with no protests and no marching and stuff. They don't care what them people do. They gonna do them. And it all starts with small businesses. That's why them Asians got all them businesses.
Yeah.
Cause they can do what they want. They get all the tax breaks, all the write-offs. You could wash, do whatever you want when you got your own business. This is how they roll. You see what I'm saying? You look at the Mexicans. Man, they don't care what America do to them. You give me the shittiest job we got. 12 of us gonna work it and make it work and come up. You see what I'm saying? The mindset gotta change. And that's kind of where we at, man. Our mindset, not that it's bad, we just don't know. We like infants.
Yeah.
We like little bitty babies, bruh. And we waiting for somebody to pick us up and pat us on the back. And when they don't do that, we start crying. Ah! You know what I'm saying? We want attention. That's what I'm telling you what it is.
Hey, man.
But we gotta,
Look.
dog. We gotta get away from that,
So
man.
before we leave, I won't give them my website, but I want you to read some of the comments that you read with people that took the class, man, because it's important that we know, you know, me and Walter we in the 50 area, bro. So understanding is that I know we probably speaking to a younger crowd, but man, they could get this, man. This their era, because they are the computer people. They are the people.
Yeah, it's in your hand.
You walking with it every day. Why struggle and pay for a cell phone when you can make money from your cell phone?
Says the Lots Group teaches regular people how to trade and invest in stocks, creating extra income and knowledge of the business. So we have another one that says, I have several recommendations. Taking this class was one like no other. I say that because when you complete a course, that's it. Well, not here. The instructor, Coach Eddie Fontaine, is still there every step of the way. There's daily communication, guidance, and consistently shares knowledge on investing stocks and options once class is over. The class is detailed and structured. There is one-on-one interaction in sessions. The cost of the class is reasonable for the information provided to help you be put in a better financial state. And this was a great opportunity given to me. I've made a great deal of money investing. I made the amount I paid for the class back in one day. Look, all of these comments. Listen, tell the people where they can find y'all. Tell the people where they can get this type of information. Tell me where I can find you. Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead, Walt, you go first.
All right, so my company is called Freedom Choice Mortgage. You can go to our website, which is www.fcmloans, FCMloans.com, www.fcmloans.com. On the website, you can look at the different products we offer, from FHA loans, conventional loans. We do VA loans for our veterans. For you younger kids, we do first-time home buyers. That's older people too. I'll show you some loans called a rural development loan. Many people don't know this. The entire West Bank, by the United States government, the entire West Bank, except Algiers, is considered rural land. And you can get a rural development loan, which is no down payment. All right? So it's just some things that we do offer. So you want to go to www.fcmloans.com.
All right. Name of my company is the Lots Group. www.thelotsgrp.com. The Lots Group, like it is on my shirt. And how I came up with the name is learning options by trading stocks, right? So what I teach you is not only to buy stocks and shares, but you buy the options. Well, that's where we make money at, on the option side. You know, if you got kids, you want to buy some shares for them. As they get old, the stock, that's easy money to pull out, right? One thing I'm gonna say about this, man, is that your money don't make no money in no bank. None. The bank use your money to give it to somebody else, to lend to do something else. You can put your money in the stock market and make double what you got in there, triple in a matter of time. And what you put your money in the bank for?
We gotta have them back on.
They will be back. Listen, I appreciate y'all for coming. It's been amazing. It's been OC Chronicles. We're here with Mr. Walter and Mr. Eddie. They will be back, sure.